What's going on, guys? That was a much better performance by Team USA. Much better. And it didn't start out that way. So let's see. So it started off pretty poorly. Team USA, there's a lot of talk before the game. They're going to have a concerted effort to get the ball to Joel Embiid. And they sure tried to do so early. And the offense was very stagnant. They didn't have good rhythm. Dwayne Wade was commenting that sometimes when you try to feed the post, other guys can kind of just be a little complacent. And I don't know if that was necessarily the case, but they started off with a lazy pass that Abramovich stole and got an easy bucket off of, I believe, Steph Curry. And then Joel Embiid also had a lazy inbounds pass. And so pretty early on, it was 10-2 Serbia. Then they take out Joel Embiid and they put in Anthony Davis, and they stop trying to play through Embiid. Obviously, he's not on the court. And all of a sudden, this team started to play with the level of pace that they need to, because Embiid is a really dominant offensive player, and I totally understand that and appreciate it. But at the same time, this Team USA is known for playing with athletes and playing with pace. And when they try to play through Embiid, they lose playing with pace, and they just have athletes around the court, and it really is detrimental to them and takes away their biggest advantage. And so once he comes out of the game, it ends up going to 14-12 Team USA, where they're playing much better. And then there's a few sequences early where I really felt like Devin Booker, who was a guy who I thought Kevin Durant, when he started playing, was going to take his spot. And boy, am I glad that I am not coaching this team, because Devin Booker has made a lot of big plays in these exhibition games. And he's been much more, I haven't watched as closely the past couple of years in Phoenix. He's done so much more than just score the ball for Team USA. He's been guarding the other teams like best perimeter defenders. He's been getting deflections, rebounding. Like, he's played so well, just doing things that I just, as a casual Suns fan, I'm just thinking Devin Booker score, and he's done so much more than that for Team USA. And in this game, early on, he hit a couple of timely threes, and I think that's been the biggest thing about Devin Booker in these games for Team USA. He's made a lot of timely plays. So early, he hits two big threes, which really helped propel Team USA to get back into the game. And then, there's a big block by Anthony Edwards when he checked in, and which led to a LeBron layup and one. And that's really what I felt like the Team USA started to get some momentum in this game. Then Serbia, though, did take the lead back. It was 19-14 Serbia, and then Kevin Durant entered the game. And from that point on, totally different game. Kevin Durant was just phenomenal. I couldn't believe how well he played today, considering the fact that he hasn't played. He didn't play in any of the exhibition games. It looked like it was just completely ready to go. The first shot he gets, three-pointer, cash. Then he gets another three, no problem. But I think the best part about that was he gets his first three, and then he hits it. Anthony Edwards hits his three. So now it's 2020 tie ball game with Serbia. And they end up finishing that first quarter up 25-20, Team USA. And they were -8 in the minutes that Embiid played and plus 13 without him in that first quarter, which was very notable to me, and something, in the exhibition games that I noticed when he came off the court, they played better. I was curious how that was going to play out. I thought he played better the last two exhibition games against South Sudan and Germany. But today was clear, Steve Kerr took him out a couple minutes into the game. They tried to play through him, didn't work. They played better without him. So second quarter, more Kevin Durant. He was just unbelievable today. And I know he's the best scorer in Team USA history, and it shouldn't necessarily be a surprise. But I guess at this point of his career, along with how great LeBron has been and Steph Curry, where he is at his career, I just think I'm more appreciative of just watching him because, they're not going to play in another Olympics. So it's a lot of fun to watch him right now. And so when KD checks out of the game, I think there's like 8 minutes to go in the second quarter there. Team USA is up 35-25, and he sparked a 21-6, 21-8 if you count those 2 free throws once he checked out, rally as soon as he comes into the game. Devin Booker continues making winning plays. Embiid comes back in when they're up 36-27. And then he checks out and it's 46-40. So they lost another 3 points in his minutes. Although I did feel like he fit in a little bit better, set some good screens, and just was a little more positive in his second quarter minutes. Also noted in the second quarter, Steph Curry had some struggles on the defensive end of the court. Offensively, he had some spurts and some flashes throughout the game. But defensively, and especially when teams put him in a pick and roll with Joel Embiid, those are the 2 worst defenders in the starting unit. And it makes sense for teams to target them. And so when that happens, it's hard for Curry because there was a play where he ended up having to switch on to Jokic, which is a really bad environment for Team USA to have. And Jokic was able to get the and one. Then there was another play where Curry fouled a 3-point shooter in the corner, where I think justifiably so. He felt like there was similar contact on him on the other end that wasn't called. And I totally get that. But I feel like there's a couple of times where he's been a little bit exposed on the defensive end of the court. We're not able to quite cover for him there. We finish the half up 58-49. Embiid was minus 11 in the first half. I had KD as plus 15 in the first half. Could be plus 17 if you take away those 2 free throws. So we move into the second half, and a really weird start to the third quarter where there was a play. LeBron kind of pushed off a guy he felt was, I guess, holding on to his neck. And then Embiid fouls a guy. I think it was Abramovich, and I think it was Petrovic who was holding LeBron there. And then they ended up calling the flagrant on Embiid. Listen, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't love Embiid. I thought he had a lot of dirty plays in that series against the Knicks. This was not a dirty play by Embiid. I was surprised this was called a flagrant. But anyways, Team USA kind of took over from there. They were up 73-60 when Durant came back into the game in the third quarter. And he ended up being plus 20 in this game. What did he finish with stats-wise? He had 23 points in 17 minutes. He missed 1 shot towards the end of the game. He hit 5 3-pointers. Team USA really took over third and fourth quarter. There's not too much to talk about. I thought Drew Holiday had some good moments overall in this game. LeBron James had nearly a triple-double with 21 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. Steph Curry hit a couple of threes, thought looked good offensively. And then as Dwayne Wade kept pointing out, he's a really good screener off the ball because of his gravity. Guys don't want to leave him, which makes a ton of sense, quite frankly. And Drew Holiday, I mentioned, had a good game. As I mentioned earlier, Devin Booker just does a lot of the little things and finished with 12 points and 5 assists, a steal, and a block. Drew Holiday had 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. I thought Adebayo and Adebayo and Anthony Davis were not quite as good today as they were in some of the exhibition games. Respectively, Bam had 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Not his best game. And then Anthony Davis got a little bit of foul trouble early. One of them was maybe a ticky-tack foul, 7.7 rebounds today. Last 2 players who played today would be Anthony Edwards and Derek White. Edwards had some good plays. I thought he did a better job fitting into the team today, whereas in a couple of the exhibition games, I felt like he would try to get a little too ISO heavy, and that wasn't the best for him, or for the team, rather. And I felt like today he did a better job of letting those ISO opportunities kind of come to him rather than try to take them earlier in the shot clock. He had them late where he had that really nice pivot move to score, and Steph was dancing, and the whole team was up. So that was fun to see. And Derek White, I felt like there's a lot of controversy on Derek White, joining this team over Jaylen Brown, among other players. And I felt like from the moment they brought him onto the team, he would be a great fit, just chemistry wise, and what this team would need from I thought 12th player, but apparently he's the 10th guy on this roster. And he just does so many little things to help them win. He had, I think, only 2 points. Yeah, 2 points, 2 steals, a rebound, and an assist, and a block shot. Really nice block shot. So he's just been a good addition because he helps Team USA go from Drew Holiday in the first unit to Derek White in the second unit, meaning that they always have a good defensive guard on the court who doesn't need the ball, which I think is the most important aspect of having a guy like Derek White, and which is why, USA can kind of struggle against teams where we think may have inferior talent than Team USA, but they have a much better scheme. Their players fit together better than USA has in the past. And I think the roster construction for this year's team makes a lot of sense. So the next game for Team USA is going to be, let's see here, versus. I'm trying to get to that. While I struggle to find that out, let's go over the only other game of today, which was South Sudan taking on Puerto Rico. So in that game, South Sudan won 90-79, and I think before the tournament started, before the exhibition game against Team USA, more people probably would have picked Puerto Rico in that matchup. But South Sudan showed a lot in that exhibition game. So, 90-79 for them. If they can keep the games with Team USA and Serbia close, they have a path to get to the knockout stage of this tournament. And they had a great performance today, again, by Carlik Jones, who had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, who's just looked phenomenal in these games with South Sudan. And for those Duke fans out there, Kama Maluak had 2 points and 2 rebounds, only played 6 minutes in this game for South Sudan. So temper the expectations. I just like the fact that he's getting these minutes in these games where he's playing against pro caliber players. I think it's only going to help him when he gets back to Duke. So now let's see if I can find the schedule here. So let's see. Team USA is going to play South Sudan, and that game is going to be on August 1st at 2:45. So that's going to be the next time I'll be back here covering Team USA. Unfortunately, the chat was not working, so I'm sorry if I missed any messages here, but I'll come back later and respond to the comments. So with that being said, I'm going to try to cover as many games throughout the Olympics, not including Team USA, but definitely all the Team USA games. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to make sure you get those notifications. Please like this video. It helps grow the channel and helps with the algorithm. Comment, please. Love to know what you got to say, and tell a friend. I really appreciate it if you can just help me grow this channel. My goal is to make this as big as possible so I can do this full time and help you guys just be as fully informed about the world of basketball, whether that's draft prospects, Team USA right now, the Knicks, or Duke basketball. That's my goal. See you guys next time. Peace.